Tampa. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the New Orleans Saints. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Hands up, ladies. 47 is the mic. Hey, D-line, here you go. 93,
On first down, it's Scott. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
Ladies. Hey, watch down. Hey, watch the ball. Nice. Hands up.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Check. Move.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, 77 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Push him back. Switch. Here we go, kid. Head.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, Most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Now this throw caught left side. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Okay, double. Check three.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Heads up. 368. Ladies. Watch the twist.
Now on 2nd and 13. Dalton. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And now it's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. On line, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
21. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
2nd and 5 now. Breeze. Going to throw right side here. Complete. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 45 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run forward Tariq Cohen. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Lamar Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board.
We're good. We're good. Check.
Dalton sets up play action. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Demario Davis. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now Dalton. Deep ball for Goodwin. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Let's go, boys. First and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Breeze now. Throw left side complete. That's Hodges. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 25 yards that time. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Hey, Delta. 20. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
To throw, it's Breeze. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
A reminder that coming up later tonight, a good one on Sunday Night Football. We'll see what could have been a playoff matchup a season ago. The Bears and the Rams from L.A. And then tomorrow night, Monday Night Football from down in Mexico. Mexico City, to be precise. The Chiefs and the Chargers going at it.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Move. Regular. Good.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Hands up, ladies. Coming this way. Here we go.
They'll run on 1st down. Scott. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Let's go, baby.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
2nd and 10. Dalton once more. That's caught out left by Perriman. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. And they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Rush in. Rush in. Hey, wahoo. Shit. Kill. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Hey, kill.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready, 5-9. Sammy! See me in your nightmare, son! You gonna see me in your nightmare! Bravo! Mike 20. Let's go, baby, they turn it over. Get that quick!
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10.
Hey, Mike 20.
Here's Breeze. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hodges. The ball comes out. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. To throw is Breeze. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Over. Let's go, defense. Here we go. Watch twist.
Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Breeze. And that is caught. What a grab at the 8. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
The Saints spent a 3rd-round pick on Traquan Smith out of UCF in 2018, and what a thrilling season for him. He was the guy that caught the pass from Drew Brees that moved him past Peyton Manning to become the all-time leading passer in NFL history.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Breeze to throw. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Dalton here from the gun. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and
10. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. I got you.
Dalton off play action. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Right there. Hey, dude. Right there. 54 Mike. And watch
From the gun, it's Breeze. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Ndamukong Suh able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now left side on the swing pass. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah,
it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Breeze now to throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10.
Stay with your man. Here you go, 368. Under coach. Watch twist. Watch twist.
On first down. It's Scott. And some space here. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Boston Scott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Breeze. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
You're good.
On second down now. It's Cohen. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And an alley to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught inside the 5. 36 yards on the play. The previous play, big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're one play behind. You know, loaded up for the pass, they hit them with the run. Load up for the run, they hit them with the pass. They've got to get in sync.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tariq Cohen, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go! Let's go, D. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Scott, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 22, here's second and 8.
Regular. Let's go. 4-7's the mic, folks. Hey, exit. Pick it up, guys.
Andy Dalton. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Andy Dalton now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's first and 10 here. Here's Dalton. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. On second down, Barber. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. Third and long. Passing. It's Dalton. And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here first and 10 at their own 26. Now Breeze. Throw left side complete. That's Hodges. And he'll be out right at the 35. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Hey, let's get this. Mike 20. They're not ready for this. Hey, box drop. They still playing.
Throwing now is Breeze. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's third down.
Ready, 5-9. I got you. I got you. Check, 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 check.
On third down, a run with Cohen. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Let's go.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Buccaneers 10.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, come on, now, come on.
From the 44, Breeze is going to float this over the middle deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 51 yards. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment and shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
Ready, 5-8, 5-8. 54 Mike. Here we go, here we go.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Andy Dalton now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. So Dalton now. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He's going to fire. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the rookie from Florida. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Breeze now. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. 5-9. Hey, easy. Mike 20, Mike.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Dayon Buchanan came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
There go Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, Echo. Tackle. Hey, Mike.
To throw, it's Breeze. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Shotgun now for Breeze. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 4 touchdown passes now for Drew Brees. And the Saints are pouring it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Rabbit. 2-by-2. Move.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin. And it's second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Dalton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. A throw left side to start the drive is complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On second down, it's Cohen. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
We're pretty quiet. Easy, opposite. 10, 11.
Now Breeze on third down. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Carl Nassib able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up fourth down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it. But it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
Hands up! You need key! Hey, they're scared!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. On the carry, this is Scott. Finding room at the 30. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Check, 368.
Here's Scott. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and a long way to go. Dalton looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Barber. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And Dalton to throw. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. 23 yards on the play.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
93, 52, 93, 44. 44. Here you go.
1st and 10 for Dalton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 49 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath
and that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready. Yellow lady. Mike's 5-4. Watch the kill. Tonight.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Here we go.
Bree's going to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Ready.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Mike's 54. Hey, Alpha. You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make
Here's Breeze to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Yeah, I was going to say, you better run to the locker. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on.